Have you ever been trapped in an elevator? Alone, with no one to hear your calls for help? Now imagine, what if you weren't alone after all? Our story begins on a dark, stormy night in the heart of the city. A lone figure, let's call him John, had just finished a long day at work. He was ready to head home, to escape the concrete jungle and find solace in the comfort of his apartment. Little did he know, the universe had other plans for him. John entered the elevator of his office building, the shining steel doors closing behind him with a soft click. As he pressed the button for the ground floor, the elevator jolted to life, descending smoothly, but then, without warning, the lights flickered, the elevator shuddered, and everything went still. The elevator was stuck between floors, suspended in a vertical limbo. A feeling of dread washed over John as he frantically pressed the emergency button. But it was as dead as the silence that filled the elevator. He was trapped, alone, or so he thought. Suddenly, he felt a chill, a cold breeze that seemed to come from nowhere. The hairs on the back of his neck stood up, and he could feel a presence, an entity sharing the confined space with him. He could hear a soft whisper, a voice that seemed to echo from the walls of the elevator. It was a voice that wasn't human, a voice that was filled with an eerie, unworldly echo. The voice grew louder, the whisper turning into a low growl. It spoke in a language that John couldn't understand, a chilling symphony of sounds that seemed to reverberate within his very soul. He could feel the presence moving closer to him, could feel its cold touch against his skin. Fear gripped John, his heart pounding in his chest as he realized he wasn't alone in the elevator. He was sharing the space with something that wasn't human. Something that had been lurking in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. For what felt like eternity, John was trapped in the elevator with the unknown entity, the terrifying encounter escalating with each passing moment. The entity seemed to feed off his fear, growing stronger, more menacing. And then just as abruptly as it had begun, it stopped. The lights flickered back to life, the elevator jolted, and started moving again. The entity was gone, leaving John alone once more. As the elevator doors opened, John stumbled out, his body shaking, his mind reeling from the terrifying encounter. He looked back at the elevator, the steel doors closing behind him, but as they did, he saw something that made his blood run cold. But that's a story for another time. For now, keep mind, the next time you find yourself alone in an elevator, heed this advice and listen closely. You might not be as alone as you think, and next time, it might not let you go.